What's happened over the last several years is we moved from a discussion of how to connect users to the network and how to connect the different elements together, which of course Cisco spends a lot of time thinking about, really towards a discussion now of intelligence in the network. And we think that areas like the EPC and the data center are going to be really critical for being able to deliver those unique user experiences in the mobile network, but also to drive the monetization that the operators are going to need to really be able to run a successful business model going forward. So we really think that the economics of having a very intelligent network with the level of performance required to be able to scale is going to be critical for the operator business model. Absolutely. We think that the new revenue streams really are going to be the fundamental shift that we're going to see in the industry, particularly when you look at things like integration with enterprise applications, the expansion and extension of consumer applications, and then you start to think about bringing in some of the video technologies, where today that's running over the top. We think we can actually improve the user experience while at the same time creating new revenue streams for the operators. Being able to do things like add HD, new richer content, localized content, and obviously we're here in Dubai, so we start to think about things like regional content, where that could be interesting for maybe a population who doesn't live here. Maybe we can start to extend that, creating some premium content channels and such. We get pretty good mileage from the Cisco VNI, and as you know, in 2014, we project that there'll be over 3.6 exabytes per month on the global mobile internet, 2/3 of which we project will be video traffic. So video is about optimization in terms of being able to manage where the content's located, but also about being able to, again, create these new opportunities for users. So things like adding high-def streams, also caching content closer that's optimized for their device. As an example, you might be running an iPad, you might need one format, whereas I might have a BlackBerry, and I can actually optimize the experience by using a smaller format. And the intelligence in the network is really going to be the critical element to creating the differentiation for the operators. So they don't have to do a one-size-fits-all. They can really create an optimized experience for the user, and again, to really make sure that the economics make sense for delivering that on their network. Well, I think what's interesting is, as I said, 2/3 of the traffic we project by 2014, and that means it's important to the user, right? So it's not something you can turn off or you really want to throttle. What you want to be able to do is to, again, make it a good user experience, while at the same time making sure it doesn't become a killer to the network. And so what we really see is that the operators are going to need, again, the intelligence in the network, but also they need to look at video as being a core design consideration in terms of how they architect, whether it's in their EPC or their backhaul, in their data center environment, or even in their core IP transport networks. Video is going to be pervasive, and we think that it's going to be a really critical decision point for most operators, again, on the optimization side as well as on the monetization side. Well, cloud in 2011, and even now in 2010, I think is going to be an absolutely critical topic for every SP. And the reason for that is that cloud really allows you to leverage a lot of the virtualization techniques that we've developed and really honed in the data center and some of our enterprise environments and such. We're now going to bring that to the mobile network. And what you're going to start to see is that applications that have traditionally been built in silos or on purpose-built servers are now going to be virtualized. So again, it's about virtualizing both application and content delivery, leveraging the intelligence in the network again, there's that keyword intelligence, and then linking that back into a data center environment. The other interesting point is that data center is not going to be a monolith anymore. Data center is going to be a pervasive concept that's going to move out of a single location and is going to be spread across the entire network. So you're going to really need to take the mobile network intelligence and link that together with the data center, with the cloud technologies, to deliver those applications and the content in a virtualized way. Well, the two-sided business model is actually a really key consideration for Cisco. We've been spending a lot of time really working with our customers and our partners to really help develop this business model going forward. And so you look at something like the Amazon Kindle in the US has been tremendously successful. Most people can't even tell you what kind of a network it runs on or who the network provider is. They've done such a great job of masking that in the background. And we see this as really being something we're going to extend into many domains, whether it's an application for a consumer or for an enterprise. But also, again, back to the content discussion, we look at the content providers as really being the beneficiaries of a two-sided business model because they have such great brands. And that's again, when you really look at it, what we want to be able to do is we want the consumers to be able to get access to those brands and those services, but leverage the network capabilities of our SP customers and partners to be able to deliver that experience. So we really think the two-sided business model is going to be the game changer long-term for the SPs as they look to augment and in some cases replace the revenue streams they see with the shift in voice traffic and even just some of the basic data access technologies or data access services as they see those revenue mixes change. We think this will be critical. So these regional shows are really critical for us because we get a chance to meet with our customers. Of course, we do that a lot. But for myself and the other executives who've come to visit these shows, who are not here every day in the region, we really are able to take a pulse to see what the hot issues are. And what's interesting is, of course, we see the unique things that are going on here. Some of the things, again, around local content, around some of the local regulations that are driving some of the decisions. But we also see the similarities. And that's what's really exciting about coming here to Dubai is, we're able to bring a lot of the learnings from the US and Europe and Asia Pacific and find the synergies, but then we also find the unique things and we're able to bring that back out to the rest of the world.